What's up, fish keepers? We are back again with LidPropz for some more Fluval Flex modifications and upgrades for you guys. These are some awesome mods. As always, he keeps coming out with more and more awesome stuff. So let's go over the list here first. The contents include a lift chiller, double XL props, media baskets, foldable props, updated plant holders, solid intake cover, an intake extension, and a back cover so you can put some plants in the back. So we're going to kind of go through a few of these. Also, don't forget, if you order from him on Etsy, make sure you use the code GURU10 and you will get 10% off any of these products, as well as some from the previous video, which I'll put a link right up here for you guys. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you like these videos, and we'll keep more coming for you. As always, he's going to have more products in the future. I'm hoping to keep on doing this for you guys to keep you up to date on things that he's offering. So otherwise, check out his site. It is LidPropz on Etsy. I will put a link down in the description for you guys as well. But let's go over this kit, starting with the first one. So the first one we got here is a lift/chiller. So this is gonna work for your lid. I will actually go throw it on the tank so you guys can see it real quick. This is pretty simple. It's gonna hold your lid up. And what this chiller here is gonna do, this little fan, is ran by USB, so you can plug it into a power outlet or you know, get a little adapter so you can plug it into the wall. And what that's going to do is going to help for your cooler fish tanks. Say you got a cold fish nano or some neocardinas you want to keep at a cooler temperature, but your apartment or room is at, you know, 75 78 degrees. You want an average of 70. This thing is going to work epic for that. It's basically just going to blow air over the top of the tank, allowing the heat exchange to happen much more rapidly versus without some sort of flow over the top of the tank. That is going to be awesome. I'm going to go throw it on this tank real quick just to give you guys a quick demo. So real simply here, like it said, it holds up the lid to the tank, and then you plug that in. It's going to run a current of air across the top, which is going to help with heat exchange, which clearly with a betta I do not need. But I do have something coming that I'm going to be using these for. They also work great on axolotls too, if you need to use them for your axolotl tanks for whatever means. These work epic for that. So next up, we got the double XL LidPropz. Now these things are absolutely awesome. If you didn't watch the previous video, you should go check it out. I have the regular length ones that I've been using on my tanks for a little while now. These double XLs are going to be awesome. I'm going to throw them on here real quick for you. So these install very, very easily. You lift up your lid, the big end goes over your tank, the small end goes on your lid. Now the reason these are awesome is because it's fairly hard to get into these tanks with those lids in your way. If you remove the lid, you remove the light, so you can't see what you're doing inside of the tank. So it's a lose-lose situation if you do not have LidPropz. Now, these are pretty awesome. He came up with these. This is where he got his name, LidPropz Shop. These things here are really easy. They make it really simple to put them on, really simple to work on the tank. I can reach my whole hand in here. I can go back to the media. I can read up here. I can pet my betta. All sorts of stuff. So really epic addition and modification to these Fluval Flexes for sure is those LidPropz, if anything at all. All these things are awesome. These are my absolute favorite. So make sure you check out that link in the description and use your Guru code to be able to get 10% off and get yourself some of these things. So next up, we got media baskets, which are right here. Now these I'm not going to be installing right this second, but they work really simply. So what you do is you got your back panels inside of your aquarium there, the Fluval Flexes in particular. Now this is going to hold you know, your media inside here. You can use sponges, you can use bio rings, you know, whatever you really want to put in there. Now the cool part about this is the one that comes with it is kind of flimsy and stuff like that. It doesn't really give you a whole lot to play with. Now this kit here, it absolutely allows you to change up everything. You could put polyfill down here, you could throw bio rings here and here, you could throw a sponge there. Totally up to you, whatever you want to do. This allows that to happen. It does have holes in it to allow for the water to flow through there, so you can definitely, you know, pack that thing full. So great addition to these tanks, and definitely a much needed, in my opinion, step to increasing the filtration without changing the filtration. So the next thing we have are the foldable props. That is these guys here. I'm gonna go ahead and set them up here. I have not tested these yet, so I'm very curious to try and see what happens. So let's put them on. Now these are gonna go in your corner of your tank. Oops, this way. There we go. And that's gonna hold the front. Same thing with this one here. Slides over the edge and locks onto the front. So much like the other one, you still get the benefit of having lid props. So the perk to these ones here is you lift your lid up, and these will just fold down to the sides of your tank. You push them down, close your lid, there you go. You get to keep your lid props at the same time as closing your lid. Makes it really easy to install them when you open it back up. So if you're in a rush to get in there and you don't want to mess with trying the other style, simply just lift up on your prop there. Same thing on the other side, and voila, you got your lid props. Another cool addition that he has came up with. Gotta love this stuff, man. Gotta love this stuff. There's not very many modifications available for these that are, you know, buy and install type things. Everything is chop stuff apart and change things, which I'll be doing in a future video, by the way, because this light is, I mean, it works great, but it is just not angled right to get my hair grass back there with my setup. So I'm gonna be modifying where that light placement is while still utilizing the light that's in there. So in a future video, make sure you're subscribed to catch that. Otherwise, look for the tags. So next up, we got the updated plant holder. Now that's gonna be these guys here. There's a set with 3 and there's a set with 1. Now the updated version is the fact that they have suction cups. So the old style right here has a magnet. So there's a magnet built inside and you magnetize it to the side of your tank. Works really good as well, but there's some tanks where suction cups just do the best. You know, there's thick glass and stuff like that that can cause issues. These magnets also, they hold well, but I would imagine if the plants get big enough that you put in here, that they may start to kind of droop in the tank. So the suction cup, another great idea and a great upgrade for your Fluval Flex. These are pretty cool because you can put them on the sides of the tank, you know, down here if you wanted, grow some Anubias or Java Fern out of there, or you could put it at the top of your tank if you're one of the types that like to take your lid off. You could put this at the top, have the roots of some sort of plant in the water, and have it growing above the tank, which is another cool addition he has up very soon here on this list of stuff. So let's keep going. Now the next two, the solid intake cover and the intake extension, are a couple that me and LidPropz here, we're trying to figure out some ideas that we could kind of play around with. So one we came up with is a total block off plate. Now this is for those that want a deep substrate, because if you look at this tank, I have a pretty shallow substrate, but yet my intake is right there. There you go. The intake is right there at the substrate level. Now, you do have a skimmer up top. I don't know how well you can see it. There you go. You do have a skimmer up top. So what we were thinking is if we could eliminate the bottom one to allow for deeper substrate, maybe that skimmer would just do all the work for us. So we did test this. I tried it over on this tank over here, and it does work great. Just obviously make sure your water levels stay high. You don't want to change that. Otherwise, the other backup option was this intake extension here. Now you can see he's got the holes cut in there, and this is going to snap right in the same location as this guy down here. Now the only thing is it's going to raise up your intake about 2 to 3 inches above where they normally are. So if you want a deep substrate in that corner, you can still utilize a deep substrate without covering the intake and sucking in a bunch of gunk. So this is going to be a pretty epic change. I'm going to be utilizing this over on this tank over here. I do want to go a deeper substrate, but I do want the solid flow of the full system. So 2 other great additions to this setup, more coming, and there's also more available on his website. So Last but not least, we got the back cover. Now this one's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the lid off this tank here real quick, just so I can give you guys a good visual of how this is intended to work. So how these are set up to and intended to work is they simply just have slots in them to hold them in place inside of here. Now what that allows you to do is he put holes in here so you can put roots of certain plants like pothos or whatnot that you want to suck out nutrients out of your little filtration box in the back. Now it comes with holes on both sides, so you can put plants on both sides. This obviously works best for those who have a light hanging above their tank, or if you utilize that riser system that I have over on that one. Now what that's gonna do obviously is it's gonna raise it up so that way the light can access these plants as well as these plants. What that's gonna make you do and allow you to do is to grow crazy plants out of the back here and have like a, almost like a terrarium style look growing out of the back of your Fluval Flex. And that's what he intended these to be built for. So, but yeah, there's a nice stack of more upgrades for you for part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, just like you enjoyed the last one. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more future content. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.